how Dwight Howard is dominating in the Taiwan Basketball League. If you've been wondering what Dwight Howard is up to lately, the 8-time NBA All-Star is still hooping, playing basketball in Taiwan's T1 League, and he's been looking like his old dominant self over there. Dwight Howard went unsigned in NBA free agency before the start of the 2022 NBA season, but the soon-to-be Hall of Famer center wasn't ready to retire. In November 2022, Howard agreed to a deal with Taiwan's Taoyuan Leopards of the T1 League. While the league typically has a maximum salary of $20,000 per month for foreign players, they reportedly agreed to pay Howard more than $1 million on the season due to the publicity he'd bring. 8-time NBA All-Star Dwight Howard made his debut in Taiwan's T1 League on November 19, 2022, with an impressive statement performance. Howard lived up to his end of the bargain in his debut with a joyous, all-round performance that has the future Hall of Fame inductee catching alley-oops, ripping three-pointers, initiating the offense off the dribble, and swatting shots in front of a roaring crowd and fawning announcers. A graphic claiming Dwight Howard scored 84 points in a game in Taiwan went viral, causing a stir online. Let's play Full Court, baby, your go-to channel for the most interesting basketball topics. The graphic claimed that Dwight Howard dropped 84 points in a game in Taiwan for the Taoyuan Leopards. His alleged box score was Wilt Chamberlain-like, claiming the former Orlando and Laker big man finished with 84 points, 37 rebounds, 9 assists, and 14 blocks. As you'd imagine, the post caused quite a stir, with many fans asking if it was legitimate. However, it appears not, as there is no media coverage anywhere of Dwight Howard scoring 84 points, and it is clearly made up. As many fans pointed out, the stat line is fake, and sadly Howard did not have the monster game some thought he had. However, he did have a debut to remember. He took 32 shots on the night and even went 8 of 12 from the foul line for a notoriously bad free throw shooter. The highlights quickly amassed millions of views on social media. Howard finished with an absurd line, 38 points, 25 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 blocks, to lead the Taoyuan Leopards to a 120-115 victory over New Taipei CTBC DEA. His 14 for 32 shooting even included 2 made three-pointers. You may be thinking, did 6'11" center Dwight Howard really try shooting a three? The answer is yes, 10 times. Not only did the former Los Angeles Laker make a surprising amount of attempts from beyond the arc, he also acted as the ball handler in pick-and-roll situations and dished out the ball like a point guard. Howard was named the player of the game for the showing, which helped Taoyuan come back from a double-digit deficit early in the fourth quarter. Playing for 7 different teams during his 18-year NBA career, Howard played for the Lakers in 2021 to 2022 and averaged 6.2 points and 5.9 rebounds across 60 games. The 3-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year and 1-time NBA champion announced that he was joining the Leopards in early November. Dwight is just out there doing all the shit he would never be allowed to do in the NBA. I had to look up this league, and it says that it was founded in 2021. It's a brand new league. Taiwan found a time machine and set it to 2009, and they turned him into a Wilt Chamberlain and LeBron James hybrid. You know, the Lakers could really use a stretch 5 right now. Maybe they shouldn't have let Howard walk after he played 60 games with the franchise last season. Howard was living it up every second he was on the court. He was typically either a pick-and-roll dive man or a post scorer in the NBA. But in the T1 League, Howard often looked like a point center. He was driving the ball to the basket from the perimeter and trying to dunk everything around the rim. There were even a few moments where he looked like the prime Dwight, a player who nearly won MVP back in 2011. Howard's days as one of the best players in the NBA are long gone now. But for a night, he felt like a superstar once again. Credit Howard for putting on a show and giving the fans what they wanted. He was basking in the crowd's love and giving it right back to them. If this was what every Howard game is going to be like, the Leopards might just become must-see TV. Playing for the Taoyuan Leopards, Howard is averaging 25.4 points per game, 17.2 rebounds per game, 5.6 assists per game, and 1.2 blocks per game. He was also named the T1's inaugural All-Star Game MVP after posting 37 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists in that game. But the real buzz around Howard right now is from his participation in the T1 3-point contest. Because, you know, it's Dwight Howard. In what universe did any NBA fan ever think they'd hear Dwight Howard's name followed by the phrase, three-point sniper? He only attempted 103 three-pointers during his 18-year NBA career, making just 22. But still, Dwight Howard found himself in the three-point contest during the T1 League's All-Star Weekend. But he wasn't as bad as you might expect. Alright, so no, he didn't do great either. Howard was so slow and some of his misses were real clankers, but he still finished with 15 points. A respectable number that might have been higher if he had moved a little faster. It also would have been better than two NBA players in their All-Star contest a few weeks ago. Julius Randle 13 and Kevin Huerter with 8. Howard's showing was actually a continuation of how his NBA career evolved before his final season in 2022. He made 37% of his threes, 13 of 35 over his last two seasons with the Sixers and Lakers. Thus far in his first season playing for the T1 League, Howard has made 11 of his 47 three-point attempts. That's not great at just under 26%, but compared to the 22 threes he made during his NBA career, he's on a good track. And if you're wondering why Howard was included in the three-point shootout in the first place, it's because this is the league's first All-Star extravaganza, and Howard's name has star power coming from the NBA. So, as a league that started in 2021, you wanted as many eyes on your All-Star weekend as possible. So shout out to him for not being afraid to put that new shooting stroke on display and give those fans a show. Shaq criticizes Dwight's record in Taiwan. However, since then it's been pretty much all downhill. The Leopards lost their next 10 games after Howard's debut, although they did recently win back-to-back games to push their record to 3 wins and 11 losses on the season. The legendary center and current NBA on TNT analyst, Shaq is an adamant Howard critic. Shaquille O'Neal recently caught wind of Howard's record in Taiwan and had something to say about it. It's fair to say the two big men had never quite seen eye to eye, and Shaq didn't pull any punches in his assessment of Dwight's time overseas. They have a losing record. Somebody sent me that they have a losing record. I ain't losing to anybody in Taiwan, I'll tell you that. O'Neal said during his The Big Podcast with Candace Parker, "How do you have a losing record in Taiwan? Come on now." When Howard had a dominant start in Taiwan, Shaq said that Howard shouldn't be complimented for his performance and likened the Taiwan league to a local fitness league. Dwight evidently heard Shaq's comments and reportedly responded on Instagram Live. "This message is for Shaquille O'Neal," Howard reportedly said. "First thing I want to say is you gotta stop hating, brother. You got to stop hating. I've never in my life came at you about your basketball career, your family, your kids, anything of the sort. Because there's no need to. The world is too big to hate on another man. Have I joked about? I've mimicked your voice? Have I mimicked what I see on TV? Everybody do that. Comedians do that. People do it all the time. And I do it all the time. I do that to everybody, but I do not hate on people. So stop hating. I saw a video of you talking about me playing basketball in Taiwan, and I'm playing at the Lifetime Fitness League. Do not disrespect my teammates in this league and these people in Taiwan like that. That is highly disrespectful and it's hating. And you too old to be hating. You too big to be hating. You're supposed to be Superman, the original Superman. Shaquille O'Neal, the original Superman is hating? The OG Superman is hating? It's important to note that being a professional athlete can also come with its own set of challenges, including physical demands, media scrutiny, and pressure to perform at a high level. Ultimately, only Dwight Howard can speak to his own experiences and feelings about his career in basketball. Regardless of the color of his jersey, we must give the man our respect. Dwight Howard living his best life playing in Taiwan. He has been raising millions for charity. That, to me, and for all basketball fans, is the real power of Superman. We hope you enjoyed our video topic today. Interact with us, subscribe, and hit the notification button to be notified when we upload more content. Don't forget to leave a like and comment below. Also, feel free to suggest any type of videos you would like to see on this channel. Full court.